Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Number 5. Harambe the Gorilla. In May 2016, a young boy fell into the gorilla enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo, forcing a zookeeper to take the life of Harambe, a 17-year-old gorilla that had grabbed the boy. While the gorilla's death was still fresh, more than 500,000 people signed a petition and created a Facebook page to get the child's parents charged in connection with the events surrounding the gorilla's death. Things quickly spiraled out of control when the parents' personal information leaked online. They and their 3-year-old son began receiving death threats. Even 3 months later, the zoo felt they had to make a statement asking people to stop making light of the event and end the harassment. Of course, their plea didn't work. Harambe actually saw a resurgence during the 2016 election as a false internet rumor came out that over 11,000 voters had written in the gorilla's name when voting for the next U.S. president. Number 4. A digital butt. Before Overwatch became a smash hit with over 10 million players globally, an open beta let players around the world voice their concerns directly with the game creators about gameplay choices and bugs. In a now-deleted thread on the forums, one tester posted that he didn't like how one female character posed with her buttocks facing the camera. The poster felt that it didn't fit the character. He got a direct response from the development team that it was just a placeholder pose, and they were planning to change it. The firestorm that followed for the next 2 weeks was so ridiculously intense that multiple porn artists were hit with cease and desist orders, and the character in question is now almost solely known for its posterior. On one side, there were calls to boycott the company for needless censorship. On the other side, there were cheers from people who felt the company was taking a stand against overly sexualized characters. Then the new pose came out, and it was still completely focused on the female character's butt. Both sides looked like fools for jumping to such extreme conclusions from one message. Number 3. The new Ghostbusters. James Rolfe of Cinemassacre has been making movies and reviewing others online since there was a platform that let him. Being a well-known lover of the Ghostbusters series, he was getting messages online asking if he would be watching and reviewing the new all-female Ghostbusters when it was released in theaters. Rolfe released a video online explaining that he would not be watching the new Ghostbusters as he felt it was just cashing in by piggybacking off the name of the original. He was then attacked by a multitude of news websites, bloggers, and even a few celebrities for weeks on end. He was accused of being a misogynist, a man-child, and even the poster child of the alt-right, simply for telling his fans why he wouldn't watch the new movie. Instead of taking the bait and trying to defend himself, Rolfe held an auction and raised $20,000 for charity. Number 2. Microsoft Bot. In March 2016, Microsoft released Tay, an AI that took the form of a 19-year-old girl who could talk with Twitter users online and learn from her chats. 16 hours later, Microsoft killed Tay as she insisted that the Holocaust didn't happen and said other things that simply cannot be repeated. Tay could certainly learn things from her conversations, but Microsoft neglected to put any sort of filter on the AI. Unprepared for what the internet might do, Microsoft included a way for people to ask Tay to repeat whatever they wanted, without anything to censor the program. The company essentially attached its name to an account and gave free access to anyone who wanted to spout whatever horrible things they could think of. Tay's account was forever set to private, and Microsoft apologized for their failed experiment. Number 1. A red sweater. After the presidential town hall debate, the internet collectively decided to latch on to audience member Ken Bone. They made him out to be some sort of American sweetheart simply because he looked unique. During the height of Bone's popularity, he decided to do an Ask Me Anything AMA on Reddit where people could ask him questions. When doing his AMA, Ken used his own private account to answer questions instead of making a separate account. This allowed people to dig through his post history, learning his fetishes, opinions on national events, and of course the fact that he had seen Jennifer Lawrence's sphincter and enjoyed it. Although nothing in his post history was actually that terrible, the internet turned on him, declaring him a monster and trying their best to ruin him. One news website even skewed his posts to make him seem like he actively hated rape victims before the site was forced to delete the article, all because he wore a red sweater. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.